Yummy, yummy, yummy. That chicken liver soup cake or whatever it is that Grace makes is unbearable, but this lemon cake is...
Tabitha, look what I got from the library.
Hey, dear, look what your mother sent over now. It's absolutely delish.
Every time she bakes something and sends it over here, she thinks I'm gonna come running home like, all is forgiven. Come look at these.
Dummy's Guide to Witchcraft, 2003. The Occult Made Easy. Well, I applaud your enthusiasm, Gay, dear. But honing one's skills as a witch takes time.
Well, then start teaching me. The sooner I can learn about witchcraft, Tabitha, the sooner I'm gonna get Miguel. And now's the time to strike, because he and Charity are split up over him knocking me up.
Charity? What are you doing here?
Hi. I came to bring Antonio this autographed baseball.
No more Garcia Para? Wow. Antonio's gonna love this. Boston Red Sox are his favorite team.
He won't know it's from me because of his condition, but I just thought that it should be by his bed if
Charity,
he ever woke up.
the experimental drug worked. Antonio's not in a coma anymore. He's okay.
What?
Yeah, he's all right. I mean, you know, he needs some rest and some physical therapy, but he'll be as good as new.
Oh, Miguel.
Dr. Russell, we're ready to transport Mrs. Winthrop to the hospital.
The name is Crane.
Sorry, ma'am.
You ready for us to take her or not?
I am not leaving Sam's house, and you are going to help me stay here.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, Eve. Oh, I would just hate to think what TC would do if he found out that you were the monster that left her little sister to be molested by her father.
Sweetheart, paramedics are waiting. Are you ready for Ivy to go to the hospital or not?
Be the right to speak with an attorney and to have an attorney present during any questioning. You sure you want me to go on, Chief? This is Luis's sister.
Look, I don't like this any more than you do. But Teresa has to be arrested for the attempted murder of Ivy Crane.
Ethan, I'm glad you're here. You need to stop this from happening right now. Teresa went to the execution chamber for you. She jumped down an elevator shaft to save your life. You cannot let her go to prison for a crime you know in your heart she didn't commit.
Please place one hand on top of your head.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest. Breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
I can't wait to read these books. I'm gonna work extra hard to develop my powers.
Well, I'm glad you're gung-ho, Kay, but simply reading books isn't enough to help you develop your powers.
Well, why not? I cast a spell on Charity. It froze her in a block of ice just from reading a book. Isn't that how witchcraft works?
Hades, no. Practicing witchcraft is much more complicated than that. It's about understanding your powers and using them to energize the spells you cast.
Spare me the techno speak and just tell me what to do, okay? I want to use my powers to make Miguel happy.
You mean happy with you, of course.
Yeah, that's what I said. I want to use my powers for good.
Yeah, right. Huh.
It's so incredible. I can't believe it. Antonio's really better.
Dr. Wirtz said that he's gonna be as good as new. I mean, Antonio even got his eyesight back.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's a miracle.
I prayed for him to get better, but to have a full recovery so quickly.
God must have heard your prayers because you're such a good person.
Oh, Miguel, you are too. Everyone in your family is.
I'm just so happy to have you here to share this with me.
Me too.
You know, I want it to always be this way. You know, the two of us together, you know, sharing our happiness, our love for each other.
Miguel, you don't understand. I'm happy for you. I'm so happy for your whole family, but we can't be together. We can never be together.
Look, Whitney, there's nothing I can do to keep Teresa from being arrested. It is not that I've forgotten about all the selfless acts that she has done, but it is what she is accused of now that's the problem.
Yeah, but Teresa has a little baby boy at home. A son named after you. And if Teresa's arrested, she'll be taken completely away from him.
No, Whitney is right. What if he literally wakes up tonight and I'm not there for him?
Don't worry, Teresa. I'll take care of Lilithan tonight.
Thank you, Gwen.
Gwen is even pitching in to help, and she's not even a fan of Teresa.
Look, I know.
Ethan, what is wrong with you?
I would like to believe Teresa's version of what happened with my mother on top of those stairs. But in order for me to believe that, I have to believe that my mother is a liar. Not only that, I have to believe that my mother attempted to kill herself just to frame Teresa, and that is ridiculous. What do you think, Fox?
Well, I agree with you that Ivy would never try to intentionally kill herself, but come on, I think she's more than capable of trying to make Teresa look bad.
But to risk her own life to do so? I mean, do you really think Mother would do that?
The Ivy I know would never do anything to deliberately put her life in danger.
None of you know the real Ivy. But you know Ivy from over 20 years ago. She has changed since then. And Ethan, you know the loving and caring Ivy. Her other children don't, not even Fox. But I know the real Ivy. And yes, she is a monster. A monster who would do anything to get what she wants, anything.
Eve, the paramedics are waiting to take Ivy away.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. But there won't be any need to take Ivy to the hospital. She can just stay right here at the Bennetts.
Damn it, Teresa, my mother. My mother is not a monster. You saying that she is only makes things look worse for you.
I know this is difficult for you to hear. I mean, she's your mother and you love her. But I know what she did. She released the brake from her wheelchair. She deliberately allowed herself to fall backwards down the stairs.
Teresa, please.
I'm not lying about this. I didn't try to kill her.
But we all heard what you said. You said you were gonna get rid of my mother for good, okay? Those words are incriminating to say the least.
I know what I said, Ethan, but it wasn't because I was out to try to kill your mother, okay? I just didn't want her to move back to the mansion.
Even though you lied and said you did.
Ethan, Ivy has been a Crane for over 20 years. And you know how that can affect people. I mean, remember how the Cranes turned on you when they found out that you were really Sam Bennett's son? They cut you off without a second thought. They erased every trace of you from the mansion. They made it seem as though you never existed. Being a Crane means having absolute power, getting your way all the time, and that kind of lifestyle can turn anyone into a monster. And I'm sorry, Ethan, but it has turned your mother into one. She's a monster who risked her own life just to ruin mine.
Eve, you said that Ivy needed to be checked out at the hospital, that she could have suffered internal injuries from falling down the stairs.
We rigged a special harness and brace to transport Mrs. Crane to the hospital, like you requested. What happened to change your mind, Dr. Russell?
Sweetheart, what made you change your mind?
That's what I'd like to know. Eve? Why aren't you sending Ivy to the hospital? And out of my house?
You want me to teach you something, Kay? Well, let's start with this. A, I don't believe you intend to use your powers for good. And B, it doesn't matter anyway, because unlike Charity, our powers don't come from good in the first place.
It's because she's blonde.
What? Oh, don't be ridiculous. I'm blonde, too, in case you haven't noticed.
Sure you are.
Well, anyway, it doesn't matter what color your hair is. What matters is where your powers come from. They start inside you. It's what you're most connected to. And of course, in your case, it would be our friends in the basement.
But they're evil.
Yes, pure evil. And that, my dear, is the source of your power. Thus, to tap into your power, you must understand evil. You must embrace evil. True, you have a certain amount of raw talent, but as yet, you haven't reached the level of understanding of evil necessary to allow you to use your own powers. That's where I come in as your teacher.
Kay, you won't believe what happened.
We didn't hear you knock, Simone.
Oh! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to barge in, but I really need to talk to Kay. It's important.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll better give you two girls some space to hang in. Don't you ever dare tell Simone that you're here to learn witchcraft, because if you do, the dark side will kill you both. I mean it, Kay. You and Simone will die horrible deaths.
So, what's going on? I think I finally managed to keep Whitney and Chad apart forever.
Really? How?
Okay. I pretended finding them together upset me so much that I got sick at the thought of losing Chad. So sick that I had this huge headache and I almost overdosed on aspirin because of it. Of course, I didn't, but Whitney didn't know that. I let her find me out of it with an empty bottle of aspirin right next to me.
Oh my gosh, how Lifetime Channel can you get?
So anyway, Whitney felt so guilty, she told Chad that they couldn't see each other anymore.
Okay, now that was brilliant, Simone. I am so proud of you.
I've always said that the power of scheming young girls in love is much more potent than any hocus-pocus I could brew up.
What do you mean we can never be together? I mean, didn't you just feel what I felt when we held each other?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does, Charity. It's all that matters. Look, we belong together. You know that we do.
Please don't do this, Miguel. Nothing's changed. Kay's having your baby. We can't be together.
Yes, we can. Look, I still carry your engagement ring with me all the time, okay? Because I'm keeping it for the second that you tell me that you'll accept it. I'm never gonna give up on us, Charity. Never.
You're saying that living in the Crane Mansion has turned Ivy into a monster, and you have to admit it's possible that you being there these past few years has changed you too.
Yeah, I'll admit that I'm not the same sweet, innocent teenager I was when I went to work at the mansion as Ivy's assistant.
I never thought you were innocent, Teresa.
The point is, I wanted to be in the mansion because I loved Ethan. And the only thing I knew about being a Crane was what I read in the society column. And magazines, you know, articles about the glamour of the good life. And yeah, I'll admit I was dazzled by the mansion and all the money and, yeah, the power. But then I soon realized that there was another side to the Crane lifestyle. And it wasn't just a darker side. It was evil. Pure evil. And I tried to fight it. I saw that there was no happiness in that house. All that money, all that power. And no happiness. So yeah, Gwen, maybe I have been affected. But being in that mansion did not make me try to kill Ivy. Now, Ethan, I understand your reluctance in believing me, but you have to.
I'm sorry. I can't believe you. But I will get you a good lawyer, and I'll even try to get Mother to take a lesser charge. That's all I can do.
You're kidding, right? Because this is what Ivy wants. She wants me out of the house and away from you all in one shot. You will never get Ivy to change her mind, Ethan. You know, the only way that Ivy will recant her story about me trying to kill her is if she had something more important on her agenda. Like if Ivy were to trade my future for one with your father.
Sweetheart, why'd you change your mind about sending Ivy to the hospital?
Based on Ivy's last exam and the strength of her vitals. She seems to be recovering much more quickly than I thought possible. But she does need to conserve her strength to avoid a setback. And I think the stress of being transported to the hospital for tests would do more harm than good.
You did the right thing, Eve. You would have lost everything if you'd forced me to tell TC that you were the sister that left little Liz alone to be molested by your father.
I don't know what's going on with Ivy, but the truth will come out. When I'm ready, everyone will know your secrets, and I'll get my revenge. You lose everything, Eve. Everyone you love.
You are my passion for life.
Teresa, you've gone too far, right? Ivy is not a monster.
I'm sorry, Chief Bennett, but it's the truth. You know, sometimes men are blind when it comes to a woman's faults.
Well, you should be glad for that. Ethan's love for you kept him blind to your faults for years. Fortunately, he's finally seen the light.
Ethan only saw the light when you got pregnant. And if you weren't carrying his child, I would be his wife right now.
Look, Gwen is offering to take care of little Ethan. Maybe you should ease off, okay? Chief Bennett, do you really have to arrest Teresa?
Look, I have no choice. Unless Ivy recants her story, Teresa is going to jail. McConnell, it's time to take Teresa down to station house to book her.
Eve, Ivy was leaving to go back to the Crane Mansion before she fell down the stairs. Now, I understand why you don't want to take her back to the hospital for more tests, but since the paramedics are just outside, couldn't they take her back to the Crane estate? I mean, she'd have Ethan and a whole army of servants to look after her.
God, I'm sorry, Grace, but I think it's just better if Ivy stays put for a while.
Which means her staying in my house.
I'm afraid that's the way it has to be for now.
Oh, you know, Eve, I understand. You know, Ivy's your patient. You have no choice but to look after her best interest.
You're right. I don't.
Well, it's no secret that I don't want Ivy in this house. But since she has to stay indefinitely, I hope that Sam and I can find some time alone together. Nothing is more important than rebuilding what Sam and I used to have. You know, and I don't mean to make you feel guilty, Eve. I know you wouldn't have Ivy stay here in this house if you didn't have to.
Grace, I don't have any choice in the matter.
Yeah. Well, I better think about what I'm gonna serve Miss Ivy for dinner.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know how upsetting it is to be under Ivy's thumb.
I can't believe I've been forced to betray my best friend yet again.
It's what Ivy does. She spreads evil. And it seems that people like us are powerless to stop her.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we aren't too powerless to stop Ivy.
Well, whatever you're thinking, I say just go for it.
Sam, what's going on? Why is Teresa in handcuffs?
Teresa's being arrested for the attempted murder of Ivy.
Oh my God.
Look, I hate for this to happen, but Teresa's being taken down to the station to be booked. Unless Ivy recants her story that Teresa pushed her down the stairs with murderous intent.
Mother, are you absolutely positive that things happened the way you said they did?
Ethan, would you let me check Ivy's vitals? I just want to make sure that she's not being adversely affected by being in such a stressful position. Okay, now here's the deal, Ivy. You're going to let Teresa off the hook, or I'm going to take you to the hospital.
You do that, and I'll tell TC all about your darkest secrets.
Yes, but two people can play this game, Ivy. If you tell, I'll tell. And then you'll lose Sam and Ethan. So you let Teresa off the hook, or you hang yourself. Ivy is up to answering questions.
Ivy, are you gonna stick to your story? That Teresa tried to kill you?
Those two neophytes are plotting their little schemes. I think I'll make myself another martini and check in on the big picture. Have to make sure there's enough pain and suffering going on in Harmony to keep the boys in the basement happy. Business before pleasure. Harmony couples update, please. Let's start with Charity and Miguel.
Saying that we can never be together again is like saying that Antonio would never recover. But he did.
What was that?
You know, and now it's not gonna be long before Luis and Sheridan are back together again.
Turn my head for 2 bloody seconds and all heaven breaks loose. Sheridan and Luis could reunite. And Charity and Miguel, too.
Hey, Tabitha, got any sodas? Simone and I are really thirsty. Tabitha? Can I ask you a question?
And if they have a chance at being back together again, then so do we.
That's Miguel.
Yes, and he is pleading with Charity to come back to him.
What?
While you were out out there listening to Simone's idle love chatter, it appears that Miguel is close to convincing Charity to get back together, despite the fact that you're priggers with his progeny.
This can't be happening.
Oh, but it is, Kay. And let this be a lesson in staying focused. Reading books on witchcraft and wanting to get your powers isn't enough. And it isn't going to help you getting Miguel. It's not going to help at all.
Sam, about what happened when I fell down the stairs. I've been thinking, and perhaps Teresa didn't intentionally push me. It might have been an accident.
Are you sure?
I just don't want any more trouble, any more upset.
Mother, are you positive?
It all happened so fast.
O'Connell, uncuff Teresa.
Right, Chief.
And head back down to the station house.
I wonder why Ivy's letting me off the hook. Don't even question. Just be thankful that she is, okay?
Ivy, thank you for finally telling the truth.
Well, you're a lot of things, Teresa. But I can't really say you're a murderer.
Don't do it.
Teresa, Whitney's right, okay? Getting into it again with your mother right now would not be smart.
Especially with Ethan watching you.
Yeah, let's get out of here before she changes her mind, okay?
Good idea.
Grace, what is Ivy still doing here? I thought Eve was going to send her to the hospital.
Eve decided it was best if Ivy stay here for a while.
What?
Yeah, she said that even the stress of transporting her to the Crane Mansion would be too much.
Can't be too happy about that.
Well, no, I'm not. But there's nothing I can do about it. It's not like Eve's making her stay here on purpose.
Well, no, of course not.
You know, Sam, I'm just worried. With Ivy here, I don't think there's any way we're going to get our relationship back on track.
Grace, listen to me. Don't worry, all right? Ivy or no Ivy, we're going to work our problems out, okay? I love you too much not to.
I love you too, Sam.
I'm gonna need to get home and start working on Whitney's scheduling for her next tournaments.
Well, can't Dr. Denisi cover for me this evening?
David, could you let Eve know that I need to run home and take care of some business for Whitney's tennis schedule? All right, thanks.
Okay, Eve. While you're busy at the hospital, I'll get busy with TC.
Mother, you were so sure that Teresa tried to kill you. Why the sudden turnaround?
Well, I told you, Ethan. I thought about it, and the more I thought about it, it's possible it was an accident. Besides, I don't want to ruin anybody's life. Not even Teresa's.
Teresa made some pretty terrible accusations about you. Accusations that, if true, could ruin your life.
But they weren't true, darling. Now, I don't want to discuss this anymore. I've told you, Teresa didn't try to kill me, so let's just not talk about it anymore.
No. What about my father and Grace? Is what Teresa said true? Are you trying to tear them apart? Is that why you made such a fuss about leaving this house?
Damn, Ivy,
for putting me through the ringer like this. You know, what if she would have stuck to her story? I could have gone to prison, been separated from little Ethan for years.
But she took back what she said. You're completely off the hook, Teresa.
Even so, Ivy is such a Crane. Lying, manipulative, evil. Well, I will not let the same thing happen to me, and I will not let little Ethan be affected by the Crane evil either.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about making changes, Fox. Changes in the Crane Empire. I'm gonna bring its evil to an end.
Darn it. Miguel's getting through to her.
Seeing what happened with Luis and Sheridan, right, it proves to me that God doesn't want to waste true love. He wants couples who truly love each other to be together. And we love each other that way, Charity. Right? We belong together.
Miguel's winning Charity back.
Which is bad for our side, Kay. Very bad.
Please don't let our love go to waste. We belong together. I know it. And I know that deep down in your heart, you know it too. Please give me another chance, Charity. Give us another chance.
Charity is about to take Miguel back.
True. Insipid and nauseating, but true.
I gotta get Simone and go to the hospital. There's no time to waste.
I think I'm going to like having an assistant. I won't have to lift a finger to keep Blondie and the bod apart. Kay's going to do the dirty work for me. Cheers. Mud in your eye.
All right. Tell Dr. Denisi I will be there to relieve him shortly. All right.
TC wanted me to tell you that he's gone back to the house to work on Whitney's tennis schedule.
Oh, thanks for telling me, David. Well, good. Maybe with his focus on Whitney, he won't press me to identify Liz's sister.
The fact that it's really you. Eve, do you think it was a good idea not to tell TC about your past?
David, how could I? When she tells everyone that she's been molested by our father after I left home. I had no idea. None. And I feel so bad for what my poor sister must have had to endure. She thinks that I abandoned her and that she has nobody that she can turn to. And then there's our father and his sick. It just breaks my heart.
Look, I feel really bad for Liz, too. But you gotta remember that she still blames you for leaving her vulnerable to his advances. She wants a pound of flesh, Eve. And she wants it from you.
I know. And her being a victim of incest just makes it seem more justifiable. At least to Liz's mind. So I'm just gonna have to be more attentive to TC. I'm just gonna have to stay focused on my marriage. I need to make sure that TC and I are connected, close, so that Liz never gets a chance to come between us.
What's wrong, Liz?
Migraine headache.
I'm really sorry. Those can be very fierce sometimes, huh?
Worst one ever.
I bet. You telling us about your past, the incest that you suffered at the hands of your father? I think that's too much this system can handle.
Yeah, it was pretty overwhelming. And emotionally draining. Just when I thought it couldn't be any worse. You know, TC, I really should go home and lie down. But I don't think I should drive.
Oh, don't. I mean, I'll drive you. I'm going home.
No, I wouldn't want to put you out.
No, Liz, I was going home anyway.
Well, okay.
Well, Liz, just lean on me. I'll get you home in bed in no time, okay?
TC. Thank you so much. I can't tell you what it means to hear you say that.
I am here for you as long as you need me to be, okay?
Just hearing you say that makes me feel better already.
Getting our lives back on track is the most important thing right now. I mean, I promise you I'll do everything I can to make that happen.
I will too.
Grace, listen, I love you. I love you with all my heart. And having Ivy here a little while longer, it won't matter.
I hope you're right, Sam.
Listen, trust me, it won't. I mean, whether Ivy's here or not, it won't affect us. I'll make sure it doesn't. We'll fix whatever needs to be fixed. I swear on my love for you, Grace, that having Ivy here won't prevent us going back to the way we were.
Answer me, Mother. Are you trying to tear Dad and Grace apart, hoping that you can win Dad back?
Oh, Ethan, of course not.
I hope you're telling the truth, for your sake.
Ethan, I am your mother. You are all I have left. Why would I risk losing you by lying about something this important?
Since you put it that way, I guess not. I'm sorry. I believe you. Mother, everything that's happened today,
It's okay, darling. I understand.
When I get back to the mansion, I'm gonna turn the whole Crane Empire upside down.
I've never seen Teresa act this way before.
Well, I have. And when she does, it usually means big trouble. For her and everyone around her. The Cranes better fasten their seatbelt and hold on tight because I'm gonna rock their world to its core. And when I'm finished, the Crane Empire will be finished. For good. I'm going to make the Cranes the most charitable family in the world.
We have to get rid of Teresa. Now.
Louise and Sheridan are gonna pay for all the pain in my heart with their lives.
NBC Monday, Meet My Folks returns with 2 words to wins. 3 sets of twins, 1 lucky guy.
That dream come true.
His parents choose double the romance,
My heart was racing.
double the heartaches,
Shut up! Don't tell them that.
double the lie detector.
Do you think you're prettier than your sister? No.
But in the end, there's a twist.
Oh my God.
Meet My Folks twins after a supersized Fear Factor, NBC Monday.